In this activity, we are going to create a world for a story by thinking about going to dinner on the town. So what I'd like you to do is find your way to an open space. And if you don't want to move around as an actor in this activity, you can always sit at a desk and put your head down, or you can even lay down. But no matter what, you want to just get your body activated. So shake out a hand, shake out another hand, your shoulders. If you're laying down, you might want to tense your hands and open them. Really just warm up your body. And I want you just to go ahead and start to move. Imagine you're someone who doesn't go out to dinner very often. You're older than 5. How old might you be? Think about what else you know about yourself. What might you wear? What might you carry in your pockets or your bag? Who is this person? Let's just take them on layer by layer. So first think about your feet. How does your character walk? What kind of shoes do they wear? What does your character wear on their legs and on their torso, from their shoulders to their hips? If you thought of something that they carry or have in their pockets, you can put those things in their hands if you like. And you can certainly think about their facial expression. Let's place this character in a location that's very different from your everyday life. Maybe you put them into a different country or a city in the future or a place that's filled with magic. We're going to just put them onto the sidewalk. So they're walking along a sidewalk. It might be busy, it might not be busy. They're walking along and noticing what's around them. They're a visitor to this place, so they're curious and interested in what's around them. They're looking at the buildings, what do they look like? They're noticing the people and how they're dressed, the type of expression and feel that everyone has, how quickly people are moving. They're thinking about how normal that is for them. They might be smelling the kinds of foods that are on the street. And they might be hungry. We're going to take this character back to their hotel. Maybe they're on this trip by themselves, or maybe they're with other people. Whichever you choose, put them in their hotel room and have them be thinking over where they want to go for dinner. Now, you might choose to be in a world where Yelp is possible, so they're looking over Yelp listings, or maybe they have a book they're consulting, or they might even have a magical scroll. You get to decide how they might be examining different kinds of restaurants. If they're with other people, make sure that they have some say over where they're going to go, so you have a little bit of ownership over this decision. Now, I want you to identify 3 different restaurants that they can choose between. So let's think of the first one. What kind of food do they serve? If you can come up with a fun title for the restaurant, great. If not, don't worry about it. Just think about what kind of feel does it have. You might notice what people say if there's reviews. Okay, now think of the second one. Make this a little different. It still fits into the world that you're creating, but it's a little different than the first. Maybe it has better reviews. Maybe it has no reviews. All right, think about the food, of course. And now let's think of a third restaurant. Make this third one really quite different from the others. Maybe if the other 2 were high end, this one is a little bit lower end, or vice versa. Think about what the food is. All right. Now you have these 3 different restaurants. Your character needs to choose which one they're going to go to. So which one do you think would draw their attention today? So you've made your choice. Now I want you to actually move across your room to a different space, because I want you now to imagine you're the character standing in front of a mirror getting ready to go out. So they're making any final touches on their look for the evening. So maybe they're changing something about what they're wearing. Maybe they're fine-tuning something about their hair. Go ahead and take a moment to see how they might prepare themselves for this adventure. Now, we're going to fast forward to the future to when they're actually walking into this restaurant. So we want to think about the first impression, the sounds, the smells, what it's like just walking into this restaurant. Let's strike a pose of your character in that first moment when they enter the restaurant and they're starting to take in the ambiance. Ready? 3, 2, 1, freeze. Excellent. Now let's take them over to their table and have them sit down and consult the menu. Notice what kinds of foods are on the menu and notice what your character feels about those different kinds of foods. And if you like, you can have your character choose something. But what I really want you to do next is I want you to zoom out of your character now. So leave them behind at the table. If you need to, stand up so you can really think about what it would be like if you were a fly on the wall and you were looking around this restaurant and you were noticing the other people who are here. You're noticing the wait staff. You're noticing the way the restaurant works, the way it looks. I want you to identify 3 elements of this world that you think are important. Maybe something about the technology, maybe something about the kind of people who live here, maybe something about the kinds of foods that they eat. Go ahead and notice your 3 things. And then just pay attention to any questions that are popping up in your mind. Hopefully you can take one question away from this activity where you can explore further into this world by following that question or a couple questions where they might lead. We're going to go ahead and return to our writing room, wherever that might be. And now I encourage you to use our interactive writing tool, the link is below this video, so that you can further develop your idea. And before you go, we'd be so grateful if you would share something about your restaurant or the food that you noticed that might spark ideas for other watchers. We hope that you'll come back soon to join us for another Writerly Play game. And in the meantime, here's to you and your creativity.